Check. I am Ken, and I'm here with my co-hosts, Skillet Sauce and Natalie.
Hey.
How you guys doing?
Good.
I'm hanging in there.
Hanging in there?
I'm hanging in there, man. I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, we've digitally removed the breath, the cold air from us.
This shit is
They
like
care more about the equipment in here than they do the
yeah.
people.
This is like Reagan's bedroom in The Exorcist for all you film fans out there.
Anyway, we will suffer through just for you people.
Got to do it.
We're going to start off. Actually, if you guys have ever seen our show back on YouTube, you can go to our YouTube channel, Insanity Check Radio, one word. You can see many episodes with Skillet Sauce ranting at the obese. He's a colorful, creative chap who comes up with a myriad of ways to insult those who are a little bit fluffier than the average person.
I get a bad rap.
Actually, our first topic today goes right to that. And so I'll give you the honor of broaching the subject to our listeners out there.
This is something that actually, I'm going to find some humor with this, but it's actually not funny. It's about parents basically being neglectful for their children. So, parents arrested for letting child become overweight. A pair of British parents have been arrested for letting their 11-year-old son become too fat. The boy weighs in at 210 pounds and has a body mass index of 41.8. Over 30 is considered obese. He is 5'1" tall. His parents have been arrested on suspicion of neglect and child cruelty. The couple from Eastern England were to blame, obviously. My son has always been big. Everyone on my side of the family is, said his father. His mom said, I'm chubby and the whole of my husband's side of the family is big. It's genetics. You can be genetically fat.
Now, can't you?
No. Listen.
Genetically stupid.
Let me tell you something. That has been an excuse from the black community. I don't know how it is in the white community, that whole big boned it. Big, double plural, big bone. Listen, first of all, like that guy said, what was his name, Tommy Sotomayor, ain't nobody has a fat skeleton. No one has a fat skeleton.
Oh, so you're denying right now that people's bones are or can be different in density and thickness.
Listen, nobody. what kind of like super Mercury density bones or whatever the hell, Jupiter, whatever the planet is. That's bullshit. Then that's a lame excuse. They're not even taking responsibility for the future of their child. I mean, forget things like diabetes and all of the obviously medical things that can go wrong with the kid. What about school?
The social.
The social ramifications. You're going to be that fat guy that people slap in the back of the neck when you're at the lunch line. People throw mashed potatoes in your face, all kind of shit like that. That's not funny. I mean, the kid is going to be, the kid is probably...
I'm sorry, weren't you laughing when you did that to fat kids when you were in school?
Listen, I never, as a matter of fact, all I ever did was harass these motherfuckers so they would chase me because that would be good exercise for them.
And how old were you at this time?
I was a kid, man. I was
You
a
was a
public
kid.
school.
So we're to believe, ladies and gentlemen, that this bastard,
Yo,
as a child, had the forethought
yes,
to help these other kids who were overweight.
yes.
And of course, because he's a kid, the only way he could think to do it is by humiliating
Take
and
their
hurting
lunchbox.
their feelings. Right.
You know they're going to run fast for that shit. Take their lunchbox and just have it run, hold it at the side. They're going to come chasing you. They're going to lose weight. They'll thank you later on in life.
You're a scum.
Yo, listen, whatever. Put it this way. Since I know the kind of kid that I was, and I wasn't even one of the worst ones, I understand that these kids' future is just, they're going to be like Shamu the whale jokes. They're going to be, like I said, it was always the body slaps. You run by and slap her right between the fucking shoulder blades, pow! And then you fucking take off. That's some funny shit to do to fat kids.
That's evil.
Yo, listen, man. Yo, that was just a funny thing, man. I mean, but I actually told a story about how you, pray tell kid, was victim to some of this terrible stuff when we used to play. We used to play this game in the hood. We're playing basketball, and we have to throw the basketball into a garbage can because, well, we didn't have a hoop back in those days on the block. And remember, we would do it. We have to throw it, and we had advanced one square, throw it. And Jay made that joke and sent you home. He told you to imagine you was throwing like basketball-sized M&Ms into your mouth, and you kind of got like pissed off. He said, imagine you throwing a turkey into the fucking stuff of it.
I'm sorry, do I hear laughter back there?
So I'm just saying, you You should have a soft spot for this kind of shit, man. But I'm just saying,
It's
man.
hard when you're laughing your ass off about it.
That was some funny shit, yo. And I felt bad afterwards because Ken went home. He was all sad and shit,
You felt bad.
Yo, but you always got picked for football because, see, Ken was one of the more sturdy, stout kind of guys, so we would take the ball, put Ken in front, put our shoulders and arms like this, and just burrow Ken like a battering ram through the other team. He always got picked. Hey, most fat kids don't even get put on the team. You were always the full blocker.
Bless your heart.
Hey, man, I'm just saying, why you look like that, man?
No reason.
I'm just saying.
If anything happens to him, I have nothing to do with it.
Look at you today. You're the host of Insanity Check. You turned out fine. Nothing that happened back then caused you any damage. You're a perfect example of this type of motivation. These motivational techniques were perfect.
The only thing I'm sad about is that he doesn't have a car with brakes that can be cut.
Like I said, man, this is case in point. Parents, you don't want your kids to turn out like some of the other ones, but you might want your kid to turn out like Ken, because Ken turned out fine. I mean, my techniques were A-okay. I mean, okay, what say you? Do you
We're
think?
going off the subject. You're off of bullying. To the
But
fact
I
that
mean,
this
but the kid is obese.
Is overweight, and his parents are getting blamed for it.
Well, they should be blamed.
As they should.
They
As
should
they
be blamed.
should be.
But I'll ask you this: do you think that should be a jailable offense? Because I personally do.
Jailable?
I personally do.
Who's going to take care of the kid then?
Well, obviously it's not them. So I mean, the county, the state. I don't know how it goes over there.
Who's going to pay for that? The taxpayers pay for that. So
Well, I mean, they're going to pay for the kid's medical bills when the kid
the
passes
parents
out.
pay for those.
Now, just so
I mean,
you
if
know,
they take it from the parents.
so everything is according to the rest of the article, the parents claimed that in addition to their whole family just being big, that the kid's favorite food is broccoli.
Yeah, I know. And what's the broccoli dipped in fucking gravy? Cake favorite, broccoli. That's a lame excuse.
So
I swear.
and I'm not absolving these people at all. I'm sure they have to do with it, but you because we've had these discussions before.
Yes.
You don't believe at all that people are just predisposed.
No, yes, and I always say to a certain degree. I mean, you're not gonna fucking be a mastodon at that size and age unless there's some help from your parents. They're the ones
They teach you eating habits.
Obviously, the portions control. The kid is not preparing the food for himself. So the portion size, everything, what you happen, broccoli. The kid is not only eating a diet of broccoli. It's probably like broccoli, and as a reward for eating a broccoli, you get a whole pound cake. I mean, that's fucking ridiculous. So clearly, I personally think it should be a jailable offense because, in all seriousness, your health is everything. It's everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, forget, you can, you could pick new friends. If you're going to a school in those social circles, they tease you. You can find other friends, but if your health fails, it's all personal. It's all you. So they really need to I feel the brunt of what it is that they're doing. And I think maybe just 2 days in jail, something to let them know that, that's the first stage.
To really send the point home. Just put them in there with a
I ain't say they got to be in there with a heart and con, but they just got to go. There has to be some ramifications for these actions because if they just slap them on the wrist, what's going to happen? This kid's wrist is going to get bigger. So it's just that they just have. I'm just saying they have to do something about it, and I think if you can't find them or something like that, which there has to be something. Because seriously, that child is the future, and you can't have a bunch of
Wally.
Wally.
Have much of a future at 5'1", 210 pounds.
Yeah, 5'1", 210 pounds.
In general, I agree because one of my friends from high school, he runs marathons.
Okay.
And his kid has already run like about 5 marathons, and his kid is like 10 or 11 years old.
Wow.
He's on Facebook, kid, and has won a couple already too.
Wow.
So I mean, clearly, if you see that your child is becoming this unhealthy, drastic situations call for drastic measures. You got to do something drastic because it's your kid.
What, electrify his spoon? So I'm like, wow, it's just got to be.
Animals like you would believe that something like that would be appropriate.
That's pretty
The
drastic.
whole family needs to undergo some type of change.
Yeah, they
we
need
learn
therapy.
our
Exactly.
habits from our parents. We learn our lifestyle
Precisely.
from our parents. And he wasn't born with a donut in his mouth.
Exactly.
Have you noticed that she's kind of like a voice of reason here?
Hey, you're right because I tend to be extreme when it comes to people abusing themselves, and I think this type of parenting is abusive to the child. And
Absolutely.
and I don't, and then like I said, the main problem that I had was the fact that they were trying to make excuses for it. Oh, his father's side of the
our
family
family.
with a bunch of hogwallops. That's bullshit, man. Even if that's the case, you could stop that. It doesn't have to be generational.
Or at least curb it.
Curb it to a degree. I mean, if you're going to be a big person, you're going to be, stocky or whatever. That's just your stock. But you don't have to be 5'1", 210 pounds. That's morbidly obese. So.